Shake the room. Boom, boom, boom. Shake the room.
Thursday.
It's Thursday, Stephen, yes. And it's live.
Hello and welcome on into this Thursday's edition of Movie News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I'm one of your co-hosts, Stephen John McLaughlin. Our other co-host, John C. Walsh.
The exact same green.
I was going to mention that. We're matching for a change.
We really like Adidas.
Yeah, I think it's obvious.
However you pronounce it.
Jacket behind me as well.
Which region you are from seems to change the pronunciation of Adidas.
We were supposed to be doing a movie news show last night, but obviously the soccer was on. And,
soccer, yes.
Other things we had to get under our belt as well, or in the can, as they say in the industry, John. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the other thing that we've got in the can as well.
Which we didn't record last night, did we?
No, we didn't know in a little while. But this is going to be a very short and sweet movie news show.
Can you guess what it is from the thumbnail, guys?
The reason for that is because we don't really have a specific topic. Well, we kind of do, but it's not more like we normally do for movie news. We always have a topic of conversation or two. When it's John, it's about 5, but when it's me, it's like 1. But can you imagine us doing 5 topics now, John?
No.
The 2 is it gone for about 2 hours, wouldn't it? Because we just go off in tangents.
I want to bring something up.
Yeah, I mean, what we're going to be talking about tonight is a few things. And the first thing we're going to talk about is what is happening with the channel for 2023. And John asked a very good question just before we came on. What are we doing in 2023? It's
Stephen,
not like I tell him what to do.
Stephen basically sent me a message at 9:15.
Yeah, it was very
20
late
past
on,
9.
Yeah.
Gave me an outline of things and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll fling a thumbnail together.
Yeah.
Did that, set the show up for about 10 past 10. 40 minutes it took. And I looked through the list, Stephen, and yeah, I haven't got a fucking clue. Well, I do know what we're doing. We've got something planned, a change in tact for the channel moving
it's
into
something
the
we do,
next
isn't it though? We always evolve.
Yeah.
I mean, you look back and I saw some of the playlists from 4 years ago, John. The 8 days of Star Wars is still alive and people can see that. The Force Friday show
8
is
days
still
of Star Wars, which took 3 months to record.
The Force Friday show is still accessible. The blog rundown is still accessible. Box office chat was the other one, wasn't it? Listen, they were all good ideas. Maybe not in individual days, but especially when we were only doing movie news once a week and we were covering stuff from the week before. It was fucking pointless, really. So let's talk about things that everybody else and their granny on YouTube.
You know what else is
about.
fucking pointless, Stephen? See that small ring light that just made a strange creaking sound? That is fucking pointless. That has stopped working.
I noticed that on your show, John. It went off.
No.
Did something not happen? You had to go back to.
Yeah, I used the 2 main lights and had to reposition, dim it down, and up the ISO on the camera. But it worked.
We're going to talk about, obviously, one of the ideas we've got for 2023. It might actually be the end of this year, John, because of Avatar. And I don't know how you feel about it, but
I'm up for it.
We're going to be doing more out of theatre reactions, which is going to encourage us to get our arses off our seats and actually go to the theatre, to be outside the theatre. We'll get in first. Trust us before, obviously. We'll not just stand outside the theatre and con you guys, but yeah, I mean, that's something that we've been thinking about. It. John, you said it yourself, and I think it was when I mentioned Amir Khan film. It was in Silverburn, which is one of the big cinemas in Glasgow.
Yeah, that was the Forrest Gump.
the amount of Indian families that were going along to see that, and it was the first time I've ever seen that kind of thing. And I think that was the idea. You said, how good would it be to actually have
experience
a chat
a big blockbuster Indian movie with the Indian community here, and then actually pick their brains outside the theatre, get their views on an actor, their views on the movie. Just have a discourse, Stephen.
Yeah,
it'd be great. It'd be safer than having a discourse with your average Glaswegian who's
just
not
to stab you.
Interested in speaking about the finer intricacies of movies, third acts, technical chat.
What are you talking about? That's a fucking funny film, man. What about it? How do you know who was in it?
That's Scottish, by the way.
That's Glaswegian. That's the average Glaswegian's way of talking.
You fucking look at me. What?
See, if you put that fucking mic in front of me one more time, I'm going to plug you. That's the way your average person from our city speaks. And that is why when people ultimately comment on the channel and say, what language is this guy speaking? He's very clumsy English. I can't understand what he's saying. I have a little chuckle to myself because you would be lost if I spoke as quickly in the way that I speak outside of this fucking room. You wouldn't have a clue what I was saying. I'm closer to those guys than I am to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside.
Yeah, well,
maybe not. Maybe not. No,
it's like one extreme to another, but we're not that posh either. We're not from the West End, but some sort of.
No, but Stephen, that is something we've been thinking about doing for a number of months now, obtaining sort of portable microphones.
Yes.
With battery packs, or perhaps Bluetooth, and going along and watching a movie in the theatre and coming out. And we've thought long and hard about how to actually do it, sort of equipment required. I know there's other channels, the likes of The Real Rejects, other channels, the likes of Christian Harloff.
Compare, they all do it. Yeah.
Who have different ways of doing it. Obviously, The Real Rejects very intelligently use the phones on the mics in their phones. They turn the phone upside down, they use that as a microphone. They've got a main camera, they link it all together. And then the likes of Harloff, I think he's got a little, what do you call that again? Lavalier mic.
Yeah.
I don't know what Campea does, but it's something other channels in this area of YouTube have been doing for a long time.
Campea's just straight to phone. I think he's I think he's just the most streamlined way of doing it.
And it's the best way, to be fair, because it lessens the post-production. It gets the video out quicker. And ultimately, Stephen, we've seen this on YouTube, much to my disappointment at times. It really is a speed game, YouTube.
Yeah.
It's how quickly you can get your video out, build momentum.
That's what brings me on to why we're doing the show tonight, because we were going to talk about John Wick 4. Mm-hmm. We saw another massive channel doing it roughly just before we came on.
What's he doing on it this time?
And we're like, no, there's no point, because we're not going to compete with that for a start. No. And guess what, guys? We are here for the views. That's what YouTube is all about. Yes. We want people coming in and watching our videos. We want people coming in and engaging with us.
There's a difference, though, with the way that we view here for the views and the way that some of the disrespectful comments in the community say, or maybe are thinking about here for the views. When they say we're here for the views, they are meaning that we don't care about the content that we're watching. It's hollow, it's false, there's a pretense, we're just grabbing the views and we don't care. Steve, we've been covering these movies for well over 2 years, and before that I was covering foreign language movies for years, my entire life.
Not reacting, watching and reviewing for 2 hours.
Yep.
Dissecting every scene, talking about the score, the producers, the director, the acting, the writing.
I've been watching Danish stuff, German stuff, Italian stuff, French stuff, the full fucking shebang. For years I've been watching foreign language movies. Someone recommended KGF. We went down a rabbit hole, as we like to do, and discovered a whole new world. Actors, industries, films, brilliant directors, brilliant fucking composers. Anirudh Ravichandran, Lokesh Kanagaraj, S.S. Rajamouli. We're invested heavily in Indian cinema. We watch a fuck ton.
I don't think
probably watch more Indian stuff than Western.
I think most of the community who follow this channel for the last couple of years understand and know exactly the commitment we've got to this channel and to Indian cinema as well. These are people that are just coming in and out and making a comment. They're probably just trolling, but it couldn't be any further from the truth.
No, but you have to address it, because it's absolute bollocks. We are wanting views on our videos. We don't want to be a channel which is anonymous. It's 20 views per video. That's pathetic. There's no point. We put a lot of time and effort into the content. How many channels did
we see that came out roughly about the same time as us? I'm not wanting to name names because it's not
very
this
video
fair.
will probably get 20 views.
I don't see, again, I don't care about that. You know, it's really just it's our enjoyment at the end of the day, and it's what we want to do.
No, but we spoke about it, Stephen. It's a ridiculous comment and argument that's put forward by certain individuals. You're only here for the views. Everyone on this platform is here for views. It is a video platform with millions of channels, hundreds of millions of people consuming content every day.
It's the medium for eyes.
You want people to watch your content. That's why I'm staying up to 4:45 in the morning editing videos, putting them out before I go to my fucking bed. I want people to watch the video.
There is an enjoyment seeing that, John. There is an enjoyment seeing the amount of people that come in to see a video, there's an enjoyment of the amount of people who comment and make positive comments and encourage you, and there's also just that interaction, you know, whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. When we say we don't care, we don't mind. That's what we mean. If it's a thumbs down, fair enough.
If people genuinely don't like the way we've did something, and they're constructive in their criticism, and they let us know. The pausing, we understand the pausing. We'll get onto that with the copyright issues. We totally get the pausing as a factor for some people.
You want to go into that now since we just brought it up?
Yeah, we can go into it if you want. But Stephen, the final thing I'll say about that previous thing there is that ultimately, well, it's YouTube. We know there's a lot of hateful people float around. I think in the main, our journey to where we are just now, we're nowhere near where we want to be in terms of numbers. We want to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But we've had a pretty decent experience in the main. Some other people have had horror shows. Obviously female content creators get a lot of hateful, sarky remarks from fellow females, a lot of misogynistic, hurtful comments from males. We've not really had that. We've had stuff about the accent, a couple of disrespectful things, white beggars and things like that, but it's water off a duck's back. We are from Glasgow. We are the country, the city of patter. So you have to be really top class banter, really top class to get under our skin with something. We laugh the vast majority of it off, but sometimes you have to school them. And that's why I was happy the other day, Stephen, when we did put out the Telepathy Vera Sue song. And also I painstakingly put a fucking copyright graphic together, matching the theme of the actual video. Spent about an hour doing it.
It was amazing, John.
People seem to appreciate it in the community. They were mostly positive in their comments.
I don't think there was one reference to the pausing, John.
There wasn't.
I think it was very succinct as well, to be fair. But the one we're talking about is Kintara. This was the lyric video. John, it's a bizarre one. I woke up this morning. I know you were sleeping because it was like 7:30 in the morning, and I saw the email coming through from YouTube saying your video's been blocked. This video's been up for 10 days. It's had nearly 80,000 views, and I think 155 people have subscribed based on that video, which is great, guys. Thanks very much for that. We really appreciate it. And 10 days in, they've decided to block it. It was never monetised in the first place. That's another thing we have to mention as well, John.
I think initially it was.
We rarely monetise these videos anyway.
Was that another one? There was one that was monetised and then it got claimed. Yeah. Like, right, fair enough, okay. And then I think, but this one was really strange, you're right, Stephen. 10 days in.
It's a strange one. You did a bit of Sherlock Holmes.
I did. I went through it because obviously we like to, Stephen, when we experience these copyright issues. Most recently, Greg Alba, Ryan Wright from Real Rejects done a video regarding.
Dropped in the Ryan.
Greg. Well, that's his screen name is Ryan Wright, isn't it? But he's Greg Alba.
Name,
His actor's name. It's like Long John Silver and the Long John and the Silver Beatles. John Lennon, George Parasol, Ringo Stone, Paul McCharmley, Paul Ramone. They've all had it. We've not got any stage names. I was Juan at one point. I changed my name to Juan when I was doing Spanish in primary school. I am Juan anyway.
It's a good job your surname wasn't Care.
Yeah, I know. Juan Walsh. Juan Walsh. Sounds fucking Chinese or something. It doesn't sound Spanish. Juan Walsh. Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's the way we say one, incidentally, here.
Juan.
Where was I going with that? Yeah, Ryan Wright, Greg Alba did a video. And Stephen, I know you maybe had a slightly different view on it. You viewed it from the perspective of this guy's got 1 million subscribers.
I agree.
He has a much easier fucking run than we've had. What is he moaning about?
Yeah.
But you watch the contents of a video and you can relate on so many levels.
Sense,
he stays up to stupid a cockhead in videos. He puts blood, sweat and tears into it.
You?
Yeah, but let me, Stephen, you've done edits as well. I've seen you re-editing music stuff 20 times, try to force it through, and it just doesn't happen. It keeps getting blocked, it keeps getting claimed, and you're ripping your head out, wondering why or what the fuck it is that is stopping this video getting out. We've got very strict copyright laws over here, even stricter than in the US and other regions on the planet, and we sometimes have to pause during videos. We paused during that Kintara video. That is the video that has got probably some of the worst backlash in terms of comments. Why he's pausing? You people are idiots. You don't know how to react. Why are you even doing it? You don't care. Pausing. Stop talking. This idiot on the left. And then it gets fucking blocked. Like 10 days later. So it's something that has been experienced through various channels of different sizes on this platform. There's a real issue with copyright. There's a real issue with bogus claims. I found it interesting listening to Greg that he had, and apparently other big channels have an issue with child PG or something like that.
Right, okay.
Issues if you swear, or they're just getting stuff claimed for child's content.
I picked up on that, John, and
We've never had that.
For what I think because
I swear all the time.
you always mark yours for not for kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking, is that why I take it the Real Rejects and channels such as always make sure they don't select that so they've got a wider
Yeah,
audience.
that's probably what it is, yeah.
And I think there's a risk in that because I think you can get strikes if any of your videos are detected for swearing or maybe content that's not suitable for kids.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to take that risk. And I don't like
Stephen,
being
you
that
look-
restricted.
the
I'd rather have free speech
Yeah.
and have maybe 20% of the people coming in to see your video rather than having 100% of the people coming in and not being truthful and having to watch every word you say.
Well, I mean, the beauty, Stephen, is we've got access to analytics, and they are wonderful, the analytics on YouTube. To be fair to Google, they do a great job, and one of the analytics gives you a breakdown of your audience, their sort of gender, their age range, and you can see we don't really have to tailor our videos for kids. It's not an option for us. Only 2.6% of our demographics is between 13 and 17, which is technically still a kid. 17 still a kid. The rest are all, primarily, our viewers come from 18 to 24, then it's 25 to 34, then it's 35 to 44. So it's not an issue for us. We don't really, I don't even know how these 13 to 17 year olds are getting access to our videos.
It just might be a recommended video or something.
Yeah, maybe,
like that.
Also it doesn't block them watching it.
Yeah.
It's just that we're not intending it for kids.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
But that's not been an issue for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go out and target. But the analytics help you in that instance.
Yeah.
But the copyright claiming and the blocking on this platform is a shambles. You have small companies relating to music, relating to some compartmentalised part of the process of making a film or a TV show, claiming the content, blocking it. We've had that numerous times. I laughed when Greg said that in the video. It's blocked. Partial blocked, but 99%.
I saw the list that it would be
We've been
attempts, yeah. I mean, that's
We've been
John.
there.
Yeah.
98% of the fucking world can't watch the video. It's a block.
Yeah.
And then I was laughing as well when he was doing all the transparency, the audio stuff, upping the tempo of it.
Because you know that, John, you've done it all
been there,
yourself.
we've did it, Stephen.
You've changed the shape of the screen, the screen on screen thing as well. I think you first did it with Squid Game,
I've
wasn't
actually
it?
got the Real Rejects to thank for getting Squid Game and all of the other Netflix and Prime
Sometimes
stuff
you
out.
have to see what others are doing, John. The one
that
that baffled
stuff,
me last week was the Doctor Who reaction, the one that revealed David Tennant. Spoiler alert, and we just couldn't get it out. I thought
another spoiler, he's not the proper Doctor.
No,
he's a bridge Doctor.
Yeah, 3 episodes or something like that.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, but
enough.
that's it. And that's probably there'll be more like us, John.
Yeah, what annoyed us about that, Stephen, was also US channels were able to go in and react to a British TV show, and we're from the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Yeah,
we couldn't react to it. We couldn't put the video out.
And if we put it out now, we would only be late to the party.
Yes.
But John, that was subtle.
But yeah, copyright issues. Obviously, this Kantara Varaha Rupam lyric video, Stephen, 10 days in, 80,000 plus views, and they blocked the video. And you're just left wondering why.
Yeah.
Why?
John, it's something that we've not done, and I think that was our first lyric video in a very long time. Your man, the dancer, Michael Jackson of India, a lot of people say. I would actually say that Michael Jackson, or it's the other way around, basically.
Yeah, he's a Prabhu
of America.
Of the West.
But
he can sing better than Prabhu, but Prabhu can direct, write, produce and dance better than Michael Jackson.
And I think as well, John, it was a long time between that and this one, and I think that was the reason. I think we just couldn't be bothered with the pausing, which we hate doing. We get backlash for something we don't like doing ourselves. Is one thing, but
it doubles the length of the video, the recording process.
It's a 5-minute song, it's going to be a 15-minute.
Yeah, people like to say, certain individuals like to say, you're only here for the views, you've no interest. But here we are, spending double the time, breaking down every aspect of a video, getting into the video, dancing as much as I'm possibly ever going to dance, fucking breaking it down really enthusiastically. If we were here for the views, we'd move to America and we'd just batter through it within like the allocated time and then just cut the video straight off.
Yeah.
We speak about it at length before, after. We ain't here for the views, man. Primarily, but we are here for fucking views. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Just gotta keep saying that.
John,
It's idiotic.
we'll talk about the thing that you want to talk about before we move on to our reveal.
Yes.
It's John Wick.
John Wick, yeah.
John Wick 4 trailer has
It's
dropped.
not even John Wick 4 trailer because we've not even reacted to it yet, Stephen. But we are going to be reacting to it.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Obviously, a
isn't it?
huge fan of John Wick. Always
Yeah.
have been. I've been to see. I didn't see the first movie in the theatres. I was late to the party on that one. Seen it on Sky fucking Movies or something. Obviously, it was Alfie Allen of your man's fame, Lily Allen, and his father was a singer. Keith Allen. That's the one. He was the villain. I seen
Fat
it engrossed
Les,
with it. Fat Les, yes. Fucking, what was that Christmas one?
Naughty Christmas,
Naughty, naughty woman, woman, woman. That's one of the greatest Christmas songs ever made. If you've not seen it, watch the video. It is the stuff of fucking legend. But yeah, obviously I've seen that movie late, became engrossed. I've seen every other movie in the theatre since. There's only been 2 other movies. So I'm a huge fan of John Wick. Really looking forward to seeing this John Wick 4 trailer, where they're taking the story. We know Donnie Yen's in there, but we've not reacted to it yet, Stephen, so that's not really an issue for us. In terms of discussing it, we can't do what the likes of Campere are doing just now and try and grab views talking about a fucking trailer that he won't react to because he's too big and too good for that, you know. But what John does is he doesn't react to the trailer, he just spends 20 fucking hours speaking about it, stepping on everybody else's fucking toes so they can't speak about it. That's what John likes to do. I'm desperately trying to get the web capture here to discuss this because Stephen, you've not seen this.
I don't know what it is, John.
You've not seen this.
And
I'm desperate to get your thoughts on this one. That is not going to work, so I will re-alter this. Needless to say, I was absolutely stunned when I seen this. I read this on a fucking Chandler Bing himself, Matthew Perry.
Okay, what's he saying?
Resize this so we can try and get it in and try and get rid of the fucking trainer advert. You look at one set of trainers, running shoes, sneakers, and they just, I mean, they are nice, they're pretty nice. I don't like the Hirachi ones, but yeah, they're alright. Yeah, taken aback by Matthew Perry's memoir comments, sources claim. In a sense, in short, Matthew Perry is basically said, not once but twice in his memoirs, had a pot shot at Keanu Reeves and says he's not talented. But I'll read them. What is your thoughts on these comments, Stephen? Because also it does play into Keanu, his renaissance in recent times, what he's did with John Wick, what he's did with Bill and Ted.
Talented is, or not talented is quite a strong thing to say about someone.
This is what you said there,
it depends on the context of the conversation, John. I don't think Keanu Reeves is the best actor in the world. But to say he's not got talent is a different thing.
Steve, it wasn't even that. If you read this is what he says in his memoir. Why is it that the original thinkers like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger die, but Keanu Reeves still walks among us?
All the humanity.
River was a beautiful man inside and out, and too beautiful for this world. It turned out he was a fucking drug addict. He was taking drugs with great, regularity. That's why, I mean, he probably was a beautiful man. I never knew him. It was tragic what happened to him. He was a fucking drug addict. That's why he died. Simple as that. It wasn't down to him being talented, gifted with great talent, or having no talent. That never came into it. The man took drugs, he overdosed in Johnny Depp's club, of all places, whilst he was playing. But as you can see, beautiful man inside and out. Beautiful, too beautiful for this world. It turned out it always seems to be the really talented guys who go down. And then he made another fucking comment when Chris Farley died. I think that was 98, 99, 97.
Yeah, late 90s, yeah.
He punched a hole through Jennifer Aniston's dressing room wall when I found out Keanu Reeves walks among us.
Wow.
Really, really strange.
Keanu's obviously stole one of his girlfriends.
Oh, there's the intro again.
I'm not really sure.
Really strange. What's your thoughts on that comment? I was just taken aback.
Matthew Perry's a strange one to me. I loved him in Friends. I loved the character Chandler Bing.
Yeah.
And I have been watching some of his interviews of late on Stephen Colbert, etc. Because he is promoting his book at the moment and talking about obviously struggles and stuff like that. So from a personal level, I do feel sorry for him in a sense that, you know, the battles he's had to go through with prescription drugs and obviously his weight loss and gain throughout the seasons, him turning up for recording sessions with the rest of
Hammered,
the cast,
yeah.
not really remembering some of the seasons. That's how severe it was. So I kind of feel for him in that sense. I watched the reunion show last year, the Friends reunion show. I knew there was something not right with him. It turned out that he actually had dental work the day before, and his mouth was a little bit numb, if you like. So that was explained in that. But I think, and I don't really know I didn't even know the two of them knew each other or anything. I don't know where that's coming from. No. It's a strange one. It's a very strange thing to say.
He's clarified it by saying he just picked a name out at random. He could have says Matthew Perry. But it's really weird. But obviously you can understand what you spoke about there, Steve, and the sort of drugs thing, the addiction, how that shaped his life, maybe transformed his career for good or bad, probably mostly for bad. Hampered his prospects of getting jobs outside of Friends. He's sort of referencing two big actors.
Yeah, I mean, Keanu Reeves, as I said, John, is that he's limited in his acting range. I get that, but he's an entertaining guy to watch. Very much like Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry's not a great actor. No, he's not a Leonardo DiCaprio.
But he obviously,
he
obviously views himself in terms of being an artist in the same breath. As obviously Heath Ledger and River Phoenix, because they passed away due to drug-related issues. Well, I mean, with Heath, it was obviously an accident in terms of sleeping pills, I think. And he's also got that in the back of his mind when he's doing this memoir. His drug-related issues, he's thinking of these great acts who passed away. Chris Farley was another one.
I think drug-related. How did he say it as well? Because Matthew Perry is quite a sarcastic person and quite flippant at times, and although he may not have wanted to cause offence to Keanu Reeves, when you look at it in black and white, it looks like, what the fuck? What did I ever do to you, mate?
That's what he says. He was taken aback by it. Keanu thought the comments came out of left field. It's kind of backfired on Matthew anyway, which is why he's had to apologise. I think the second one, Keanu Reeves Walks Among Us, that just reeks of his sarcasm, sort of, but it's hurtful. Fuck Keanu. I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's a random little tidbit. I read the other day putting a show together, and I was like you just says, what the fuck have I just read? I
mean, it's not like who was that random that was going on about the MCU?
Stephen Duff.
It's not like that, where what? I've not heard of you in 30 years, mate.
I've never heard of him, period.
And it's a strange one. I don't understand where he's coming from.
It is
Chandler
Bing. Bings. Is it Bing?
Bings, yeah.
Is it Bings or is it Bing?
It's Bing.
Bing, yeah.
We're the Bings.
The Doyle rules. Bings rule. But Stephen, are we going to end on this little announcement?
Yeah, John,
because obviously we are 2 weeks deep.
You've been working hard on this, so
we're 2 weeks deep out of And Ha Done. That was the last big watch along we did in terms of Indian related content. Obviously we have been working studiously on Andor. Every Wednesday hit drops. I try and get it out for at least the Thursday. We're obviously 2 weeks out. It's been a bit of a barren patch for the community waiting. And I've seen the comments of certain individuals basically saying, why the fuck are you reacting to this short form stuff? It's good and all that, but when are we getting a film or a proper show? Well, we've been reacting to a show for the last fucking week and a half, I'd say. 2 weeks. Just getting the recordings done, and I've been editing them secretly and uploading them, watching you secretly from afar. Had massive Stephen Merchant from Extras vibes there. We've been secretly doing it, Stephen. There's 3 up on the channel just now. I'm going to try and get 5 up by Sunday, so they can then drop bit by bit next week, and then I will work on the other 4 next week to get them out the following week. So it's just beautiful, all in order, day in, day out. Releasing of course, Patal Lock, because that's what we're actually watching just now. We're reacting to Patal Lock. A lot of people asked us to do it. Steve, it's a fucking wonderful show. John, it really is. It's wonderful.
When I was asking you earlier, do you think we should just talk about it now, because it is coming close to next week anyway, and it makes sense that we announce it rather than putting a graphic on the community, in the tab and stuff like that, and
just cut this and put it up.
Yeah, just clip it and I'll put it up. But I think, John, you're absolutely right, and I was thinking about it. I was going, I remember what you said after we watched the 5th episode. You went, I think I might be changing my opinion on an Indian web series. This might be my favourite.
Yep.
I know we'll not obviously get into too much, because
that'll depend on the end.
Well, it does. You said that as well, to be fair. You did say as long as it has a good landing. And it's so enjoyable. We're starting to see some of the faces that you guys have said, you know, you'll recognise from Sacred Games, etc. And it's a really interesting story. It's a well written story, great characters, and the production is very, very high standard as well.
It is. In that last episode, we're on to obviously episode 5 just now. We've watched 5. We're on to 6 tonight after this. If I speed it up.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
If I speed it up,
still
maybe
got John
not.
Wick to do, so.
Oh, so we have, yeah. We've got John Wick to do, so maybe, yeah, we'll do it. We'll rattle it.
Yeah.
We'll find a period to get them all, the final 4, done.
Well, between now and Sunday. You've got 2 edits, so
2 to edit.
I think you've got enough to do,
Oh,
John.
they'll be edited, don't worry about that. They'll be done. With these, it's shorter now.
They'll be done, and they're done, yep.
And they're done. But Stephen, you're right, man. Just that last episode, the end of that last episode, the way the camera turned, the revelation that this ISB, I believe it is, haven't really got a fucking clue what they're doing. They're just making it up as they go along. Havram, who I absolutely love, that is his name, it is Havram Chowdhury, pretty sure. Him and Imran, just I love the dynamic. I'm just loving the show, the technical aspects, just exquisite. And I just hope it sticks to landing. But yeah, that's
so far so good.
So far so good. It's been really, really good.
We mentioned as well, one of the beautiful things about Sacred Games was that they had a beginning, a middle and an end. And sometimes when you have that and you're not continuously making season after season, it's a more focused and better quality written show, because you know you've got that time to make it work, whereas you don't have to drag things on too much and drag them into another season, cliffhangers, etc. You need everything to all fall into place, preferably in the last 2 episodes before you wrap it up. But so far so good. I've been very impressed with it.
It shows confidence.
You can get those up. If you've got 5 in the can, John, for Sunday,
there will be.
Patreon will be the first place you will see them, and they'll all be on Patreon. The ones that have been recorded up to that point. If it's 3, they'll all be in Patreon. 4, they'll all be in Patreon, or 5.
It'll be 5 for sure. Probably
all on
be
the one day.
Early hours of Monday.
Yeah.
5 will be there.
So
4 will definitely be there by Sunday.
You'll get to see them on Patreon first.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, John. I'm looking forward to people's responses as well, and watching along with us, because I tend to do the live chat stuff when it's obviously dropping, and just getting to sort of chat with the guys, because we don't really get to do that when we're doing live shows at this time of night here, because it's obviously the middle of the night in India and stuff like that. But it's good stuff.
Oh yeah, Steve, I'm looking forward to seeing what people think of our reaction. Obviously it'll be the usual from some individuals. You talk too much, I know. Everyone tells me, believe me, I can't shut up. Even when I sit alone in my car for hours on end during the day, I still talk to myself. I can't shut up. I'm aware that I talk too much, but this is a good conduit for it. I can share my views.
This is the platform for it, John.
And what I'm seeing when I talk too much. But yeah, really enjoying it, man. Hopefully people like the watch along. Just had to give an update, Steve, because it has been the better part of 2 weeks now.
Well, I think as well, we owe it to our Patreons as well, John, because they're very dedicated, obviously, to support the channel, and we appreciate that.
We do.
And you know, this is a reward for sticking by us, you know.
The final thing I'll say on this show, and you probably cut it at that point in terms of that video anyway, we do need to start thinking about doing stuff for Patreon. Also, there is people, we understand some people might just be supporting us on there just because they're enjoying what's going out in the actual channel and want to support the channel and what we're doing. But you want to give, you want to throw something, a bone, and that's, I don't like using that terminology, because I love dogs, and the bone analogy with dogs, but I'm not calling anybody a dog, just to be clear. Going very Ricky Gervais. I did my merchant, now I'm becoming Ricky Gervais from Extras. We need to give some Patreon specific content to the people who are also supporting, something that is exclusive for Patreon. And what the fuck that is, I don't know. Perhaps people on Patreon's
a strange one though, because it doesn't have any functionality in terms of doing streams or feeds or anything like that.
No, but what you can
do, it supports platforms basically.
You can do, there's ways around it though, isn't there? You can private the video and give them access.
That's
in terms of streaming, I don't know about streaming. Perhaps unlisted and give a link. That's maybe a way.
That's food for thought.
You can do an unlisted stream and then give the link out to Patreon. That's maybe something to do. We need to give something back though, because we do appreciate people supporting the channel.
Yeah, give peace a chance.
Give peace a chance. That's all we're saying. all we are saying is get me off of this fucking stream because I'm starting to gibber. What is your thoughts though on the stuff we touched upon in that show? I'm not going to go through it all because it's quite simply incoherent, a lot of it. It's here, there, everywhere.
It's just freestyling.
Freestyling, yes. The sort of future plans. What would you like to see us doing in this channel, perhaps? Is there anything that you would recommend in terms of content that you would like to see us doing, and maybe we'll take it on board and look to implement it in 2023, which scarily we're only about a month and a half away from.
Yeah, it's mental.
It fucking worries me greatly. Wow. Share your thoughts down below. In regards to that, if you've got anything to say, I keep minimising all the browsers every time I move OBS, and it's very annoying. Share your thoughts on the whole copyright stuff, Kintara. Share your thoughts on Matthew Perry's slightly alarming and hateful comments about Keanu Reeves. Are you looking forward to John Wick 4? Have you seen the trailer? What's your thoughts on that? Go and watch your reaction. It'll be out by now, I'm sure, if you're watching this after a live stream. And finally, the whole Patreon thing, Patal Lock. Share your thoughts down below if you've got anything to say at all. Down below is a place to put it. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon on YouTube to get notifications straight to your eyeballs. Do the same over on Twitch, follow button, notifications button over there to see us live over there as well. Regardless of what you do though, thank you for watching us. All that's left to say though is until the next time, me and Stephen are done. Bye bye.